Hello. Tammy, you there? No, I'm right here. I'm always late. Even if I'm in my own house, I'm late because my ex just picked up the kids at 7:30, so they're gone. Yeah, did you guys hear anything? I've been kind of like I was working last week and then I was with my kids this week and they were home, so I don't know anything about the trial with Hi. What I know about Amber and Johnny's, isn't it like a pre-trial type of situation? What is it? I hope Doug is not live right now. Jeez. If he is, we're gonna run. My hair looks okay. Kind of like all over the place. Oh, so Robert said that he never read or never actually, yeah, that you never read the whole filing from Manson attorney, did you? It's kind of tedious. I mean, I think it's kind of cool, but it's kind of tedious at the same time. But like, we can actually read it. I can read it, and then we can talk about who Ilma Gore really is. I just uploaded a video. I don't know if you guys saw it. I just uploaded a video, like the 3-minute video on Evan and an interview that she did. She's wearing like a little white blouse and everything, and she's been all like proper. And in that interview, she mentions the vanilla sex, which I think she only mentioned it because she's been watching YouTube. You haven't read it. I haven't had time to, but I would like to read it. All right. Y'all made a comment. She doesn't look confident. Oh no, she's a hot mess. Tammy, you saw that? Yeah, Tammy, you want to help me with that? Because I know you know so much about Ilma. The thing with Ilma Gore, like I knew about Ilma Gore. Power off. Bluetooth. I knew about Ilma Gore before this because she, in LA, like she's quite a hipster. I want to see where she's from. I don't know if she's from Australia or where. And what I want to know actually is if you can, in her position, just go into Congress and help somebody write a law, if she's not born in the United States. I actually don't think that she can do that. And I don't know, nobody has mentioned that yet. I don't know. I don't see how a person who is not even from the States and never became a citizen can just write a law. I don't see that happening. So I'm searching right now. Oh, I think my connection is going. Oh man, it's unstable, isn't it? Unstable. Well, you can go to Pot Awful. His channel is very good. He had a 2-hour interview, not interview with Ilma Gore, but a 2-hour talk. It's a podcast. He just talks about Ilma Gore and tells his own story with Ilma. Podcast Awful is his name. His story is that Ilma was doing this con. Ilma's a con artist, okay? But for some people, back in LA, back in a couple years ago, she was like this super hip person and she was doing all this progressive stuff. And one of the many installations of this progressive art she was doing was you tell her whatever you want of the tattoo that you want on her skin, and she will get it done. Right? And you pay her, of course. And it can be like, I want you to tattoo a bowl of cereal, and you have to do it because I'm paying you. So that was like her first con, because she ended up not actually like doing the tattoos that people were asking her to do, and people were paying for this. So that was the first thing. Tattoos for cash. All right, I'm gonna play this. I don't know. Shoot. Should I end it and then go back? Should I end it and then go back? How about that? Okay, you hear? Can you hear me and see me? Is it cracking? Is it laggy? Is this going up and down? I don't know what's going on. My connection is okay for everything else. HBO, Hulu, whatever. The moment I get on YouTube, it's like, You heard about it. You never heard her. You never heard Ilma explain it. This is 7 years ago. 7 years ago. This is how freaking much of a dumbass this person is. 7 years ago. Hold on.
Is a temple, but for our next guest, it's a piece of art. In fact, it's the most personal piece of art in the world. Ilma Gore will tattoo your name on her skin for just $10, and she's looking for people to get involved in her exhibition.
Did you hear that? She will tattoo her name. She will tattoo anything you tell her for $10. Oh my God, I have to turn the AC off. I had the AC on because it was 95 degrees today. It's lagging. Oh shit. Okay, give me a second. I don't know how to fix the lagging. I really don't know. I'm gonna go out the camera and do a line. I'm doing it even though. Okay. I don't know what's up with the data. I don't know what's going on. I'm good now? Oh, shit. Okay, I'm good now. Okay, the AC will turn off by itself in a moment. Okay, this was Ilma Gore 7 years ago trying to bump herself out in the news. I think it's Australia. I'm not sure. I don't want to say. I think it's connections are stable again. Let me know if you can actually hear me again. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm asking you this over and over. But I think if I leave and come back, I don't think it's going to actually be fixed. Okay, let's play the Ilma Gore interview 7 years ago. This is what I know about her, because I knew about her from like the last 10 years or so. Oh shit. You guys are not there. Fuck. You say it was good, but that was a few minutes ago. All right, we're going to play it anyway, and then you guys can rewatch it. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. It's just fuck. I think I should come back some other way. All right, I'm gonna try. I want to play Ilma Gore little interview video just to show you how much of an idiot she is and she was, and Ilma. And then I want to read the filing from Manson, but that's gonna take a while. And if the internet is bad, then it's gonna drive you all crazy. Are you there? Just send me like a thumb up or something. Okay, I figure you're there. All right. This is Ilma Gore 7 years ago. New artist, progressive artist. Yeah, she's such an eye roll. All right.
Sorts, and she joins us now live from Los Angeles. Ilma, welcome to Studio 10.
Hi, thanks for having me.
This is such a brave campaign. You'll tattoo pretty much anything on your body for the right price. What won't you tattoo onto your body?
This is Ilma.
No hate or discrimination, and it's not even for the price. I just wanted accumulation.
So why do you want to do it? Why is it so important to you to have, I suppose, tattoos, but also not tattoos of your own choosing, but ones that people would like you to have on your body?
Well, it's more about like thinking about it as one whole tattoo made up of 100 little ones instead of 100 different random tattoos. So they represent each person in their own way. And
some people fell for this and pay her. So listen.
And that is my artwork.
My hour.
How many tattoo requests have you had so far?
Priceless to me. So.
Oh.
You started tattooing, I think you were a teenager, is that right?
Right, I had a fake ID. I don't condone that. I was silly. I had a fake ID at 15. Yeah.
Did you hear that?
And now you're up to how many, 47 tattoos?
47.
About 47.
Okay, and talk us through some of the tats you do have at the moment. What sort of stories do they tell?
Well, all of my tattoos are my own. I think, no matter what.
Did you hear that? So she says she is going to have about 300 tattoos on her body, and she was charging $10. Can somebody do the math? 300 tattoos. Ilma Gore. $10 a piece. and she got started when I was 15 because I had a fake ID. So fake IDs, and you proud of it? I mean, I'm not. Hi, Robert. Hey, hi, Tammy. Tammy, did you hear Ilma saying that she got fake IDs to be able to get tattoos, and then she was charging $10, and she got 300? Can somebody do the math? What is it? $10, 300 plus $10. How much money she got from this little con? She's a con artist. That's it. I'm not saying she's like she killed people or somebody, but like something like that. But like, dude, she's a con artist. Because somebody was telling me $3,000. She made $3,000 because a bunch of hipster idiots, mostly in LA. I'm sorry, but most of my people were like, "Oh yeah, just have this on your skin for that $10." This is Ilma Gore, okay? Because when you search her on YouTube, what you get first, you're gonna get the virtual women Manson thing. But then if you go years back, you're still gonna get stuff like this. Then she got in trouble because she did a painting of Donald Trump with a small penis, which, hey, I don't like Donald Trump more than the next person. But that was kind of like, that was still a president and stuff. I don't know. So she got a bunch of hate supposedly for doing that. And she said that she got punched on the face for doing that. And there was a fake picture of Ilma Gore with a big bruise, kind of like Amber Heard. And she was taking, people took pictures of her, and she had this bruise, and she was like, I got this bruise because of hate, white supremacy hate. Did you remember that, Tammy? And she faked that bruise too. Then she got a GoFundMe campaign that was artistic. This is a nut job, okay? Yeah, for reals. All right, I'm gonna look it up. I'm looking it up right now. So I had to show you the picture on my phone, but she's completely freaking insane. The police is going to just wait until the LAPD, which is the same people that are after Amber Heard. The LAPD don't fuck around. Like, they're good here, okay? And you always have corrupted cops everywhere, but LA happens to have really good ones when it comes to fraud, because it's a big thing. So they're gonna just be on her ass. Doesn't matter who she is. Like, Amber Heard is way more famous, LAPD. So Ilma Gore is gonna be a little bug. Okay, I'm just gonna play another one. All right, or her. Are you there? Just listen up to this. She is so up. It's so hard to stomach her. But all right.
Here's to the ones
You
who work
guys asked
smart,
me, like,
not harder.
I think Robert said that he didn't know who Ilma was. I am showing you who Ilma is.
Are the ones who are ahead of it.
And this is around the time that she was with Evan. This is about 6 years ago. Hold on. 6 years ago.
A Los Angeles-based artist is offering people the opportunity to pay her $10 a pop to get their names or phrase or something small tattooed on her body. Now, this is Ilma Gore, and she is in Silver Lake, California, in Los Angeles. And this is part of a big art
20 minutes away
experiment that she's doing. Here's what she said. There is something absurd and beautiful about having an accumulation of absolute strangers' names draped
You guys.
She's going to get the tattoos from the neck down, although it seems like she has some tattoos on her face
Neck
already. I want to stop her.
Sinead O'Connor looks
I
really
want to stop her. I love this lady. I want to stop her. Okay, $10 a piece. Like he said, Robert said $3,000. She's thinking that this is like part of. She even said the words were like, "I want everybody to make my pale goth skin into art." What did she have to add the word goth? First of all, you're no goth. I know one. So, like, why did you have to say pale and white? Would it be different if you were not white? Would you say like my beautiful black skin? She would have said that? Probably not. So she probably erases. I'm just putting it out there. You don't have to say my white skin. It's obviously we're looking at you. It's obviously white. That is really weird for her to say my pale white skin. So yeah, that's Ilma Gore. Was 7 years ago. So 7 years ago, she was 22. So, now she's 29 going on 30, or she's probably 30 going on 31. This chick, I mean, I used to feel sorry for her. Like, oh my God, like you're ruining your life. You're not only going to have all these tattoos, but you're an idiot. Everybody thinks you're a joke. Everybody in town thinks you're a joke. But now that she's like pretty much coach Emerald Wood on this, because I really believe that she coached the whole hoax. I don't feel sorry for her anymore, and I don't give a fuck about what happens to her. If she gets deported, if she gets whatever. Like I'm saying, I already looked it up. You don't go into Congress and help somebody make a law if you're not an American citizen. And I don't I co-wrote this law. So how many of you did it? Oh, like how many? Like it was 7 people doing the same thing. Even House Senator Susan Rubio, who has been pushing out, promoting her pass to the bill, $10 million attached so far. They have only passed Phoenix Rising in California. It's only going to pass in California. People need to stop thinking that Evan is this person who is so powerful. It's only California, and I know California is big, and I know it's kind of left down in our system, the Phoenix Ad pass, but it's just California, and the Karens of the world, they're watching the Drew Barrymore show and believe everything the Evan says. I know she does, and she's not watching me right now, but I know she watches Kirsten's channel. I think she watched Celtic, but she probably watched Kirsten's, Colonel Kurtz, because the things that she's been saying about the abortion and the vanilla sex, I'm repeating myself, but okay, it's like pretty freaking bad. So that's what I got on Ilma Gore. That's Ilma Gore. Okay, give me $10. I'll put a tattoo on my skin. That's what she thinks of herself. She thinks she's some type of progressive hipster. All right, so what else you got? What else I got from her? There's plenty. Then also Ilma Gore. Tammy, will you help me out with the link? When she did the painting of Donald Trump with a small penis, and she got, oh yeah. They're not even covering. They're not even embarrassed. I think Robert is gone. They're not even embarrassed about putting their names on charity, but just if you could put a name, it's just a name. She's not a citizen. She can't bank on it. I guess she can bank on it, but not really legally. So we have to think a little bit on the details of that. Bleeding Heart, liberal artist, literally bleed for her art. All right, let's do some more Ilma. There's only 1 minute. She bled for her art. I'm sorry I had to use my stupid phone. The hair, okay, cool. So she thought back in the day that she was the shit for doing that. And also she was a little bit respected here in town. She was. Because she was like, people were like, oh my gosh, she's so progressive. She's doing something that nobody else did. Wait there, I'm gonna show you. I'm sorry I gotta do this super stupid, but I'm gonna show you with my phone. Are you ready? You're gonna die. No, don't die. Look, she's painting with her blood. Exactly, because you have a brain. Exactly. Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna do a show it on my phone. I know this is super. Okay. She bled for her art. This is 6 years ago. You see it? Look at that. No, don't link. I'm showing it with my hand. Look at that. It's her blood. Wow. Do you just saw what I saw? What I just showed you? I'm sorry I have to do it with my nails. What the fuck? I can't even make this up even if I want to. First off, I don't think it was her blood. I don't think it was blood. I think it was fake blood. I can do fake blood in a moment. I used to do makeup for movies, and I know how to do fake blood. I don't think it was blood. But even like the idea of your phone, it's not magic. how hard she's trying to be different. This is the person that is suing, that Marilyn Manson is suing. This is the person. I thought I would give some context because a lot of people, especially young people or people that were not on, part of the scene. I was never part of the scene, but I live here. So people that don't know who she is, a girlfriend of Evan, and she's just an asshole. No, she's always been an asshole. Another thing about Ilma Gore. Okay, Ilma Gore has a restraining order against herself from her own sister. Her sister. That's Ilma. I'm reading, Tammy. Oh, you didn't know? Well, she dated Evan for a little bit. But that's not the point, really, because dating or not. Like, I think that she dated Evan for like a year or so. Yeah, right? So isn't it crazy? Like, not only the $10 to get something tattooed on her skin from the neck down. You think that she's doing this because she's revolutionary? She's so fucking there. Can you see me? Otherwise, play it back later because this is a fun one. I should make a whole video on Ilma. Well, this is what I wanted to do. I want to talk about Ilma because then if we're going to read the filing, the Manson is accusing to Ilma and Evan of doing and committing all these crimes, then we need to have some context on who Ilma is. And Zip you can go fuck yourself. Okay? I need a mod. Here, block this guy. I don't care. Fuck. Wow. Robert says, wow. All right. So another one of Ilma. It's like 1 minute. This one is called Ilma Gore, Human Canvas. I know it's from my phone. Don't look at my nails. Or the probably, I don't know. Watch this. Be ready for this is like the idiotic hipster you can get. All right. So, Human Canvas.
Oh, cried Max. Let the wild rumpus start. She did it better than that. My mum used to read these theatrical stories to me every time, before bed as a kid. And I would laugh at her ridiculous renditions of the monsters and pretend I was Max going to bed from Where the Wild Things Are. And when she died, I wanted to see that memory every day when I woke up. So I had it tattooed on my neck.
Whoa. So I'm not gonna make fun of what she said about her mom and about the book Where the Wild Things Are, because I used to read that to my son all the time, and Let the Rumpus Start, which is from that book. I'm not gonna make fun of that. Her in a way. Well, I think she's more ballsy. She got more balls than Amber Heard. Just doing this is crazy. But hey, you guys are watching, so you didn't know anything about Ilma. Do you have now you get the idea of who she is and how crazy banana split she is. And this is only 7 years ago. So let's say she dated Evan sometime between 2016 and 2019. It wasn't like a long relationship or anything, but I don't think that dating Evan is the problem here. A person who con people like this on $10 per tattoo, so the total of $3,000, is a person who has no shame of doing anything. A person who steals from her own twin sister to open bank accounts. And this is not me saying, I have receipts. I can just show it to you, the restraining order from her sister. A person who does that is a person who, what are we going to believe? Why? Why would I believe her? If it was Evan doing all this by herself, I still don't believe her, but it will be different. But the fact that she incorporated Ilma Gore on her whole her documentary is the biggest mistake that I think Evan had made. That movie is the biggest mistake. That's not good for her case. Having this person, this bad shape, fucking crazy, progressive, fake pseudo artist, and on her movie, and it like this is why Manson is going straight to the source, and he's not fighting a court against. He's not fighting against Ashley Mooney and Ashley Walters, Esme Bianco. He's fighting against Evan and Ilma. And I love that he's doing that. I'm lagging. Yeah, I'll be lagging. Well, maybe this will be worth watching later. I'm so sorry. But did you get to see the Ilma painting with blood and stuff, and the human canvas? She's like, I am your human canvas. All right, so that's Ilma for you. All right, so to rip off all the people, yeah, about a bunch of thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. But not only the rip off, but also just like the fact that she thinks she's so cool, and she admitted that she was getting fake IDs in order to get tattoos, because you can't. She said she started getting tattoos when she was like 14 or something like that. So you need a fake ID for that. $10. Tell me, did you watch the blood that I just showed? She's painting with blood. She says it's her own blood, and I think it's just corn syrup and food coloring, which is very easy to make. But just the fact that she's putting on that image is so telling. And Evan, is the biggest mistake you have done is putting that person next to your name. Biggest mistake ever. Like, I mean, I want to respect you no matter what you do, but like Rachel, but it's going to be a big price, which is embarrassment and public opinion and what people think about you. Okay, so now that we know who Ilma is, would we like to read the filing? It's kind of court filings. I don't care. Like, I don't think it's a big deal to read it. It's be kind of boring, but I'm going to go for it. If this is lagging, just watch it later. I'm just gonna leave it here. I wish I could chat with you guys without this lagging. She said it's blood, then it's not. No, it's not blood. It's not blood. But just the idea of her doing that. Can you imagine, like, people trying to do that because they're trying to be like her? They're trying to be hipsters and progressive. They're like, oh, I'm gonna get my own blood. So irresponsible. There's so many diseases and so many things that come with like blood, playing with blood. I mean, just even if it wasn't her blood, which I don't think it was. Gotta go. Why you gotta go? We're gonna read the filing. Okay. So Brian Warner, okay, against Richard Wood and Ashley Gore, which is Ilma Gore. We got the complaint. Robert, are you still there? Because I'm reading it pretty much just for you. You still there? And whoever you are that you said that you have a boner and you want me to help you, you can just go get an apple pie and put it there. I'm so vulgar today. Robert, are you there? I got like 10 people today here. Well, it's Sunday. It's like Sunday night, but this is a Sunday night. I don't work Sundays. Okay. All right. So we know who Ilma is. So she's completely delirious and completely insane. And the lady next to Evan in Phoenix Rising documentary from HBO. That's the person that Evan and Rachel would decide to put her name next to. That's the person. That insane freaking person that is painting with her own blood. So anything she says, I'm going to take it as a joke. So the complaint number 1 from Brian Warner. I'm just going to say Manson. We're not going to call him Brian. We're going to say Manson. Because I know he will hate to be called Brian. Emotional distress. We know why. Violation of the Comprehensive Computer Data of Access Fraud Act to computers. Impersonation over the internet and impersonation of an FBI agent. Jury trial demanded. So Manson wants a trial. Manson doesn't want to do a deposition and set it like Michael Jackson did, or like a lot of innocent people. I think Michael Jackson wasn't. A lot of people settle down. He doesn't want to settle down. He was a trial. Oh, you there? Apple pie. Yeah, motherfucker, apple pie. I'm usually not this mad, but like this is no, but like for reals, this is I say like which many times. For reals, this is not a joke. I'm not gonna just sit here and take shit. So if you don't like what I'm saying, we can chat. We can chat. But if you're just gonna come and say, that stuff doesn't do nothing for me. I'm too old for that shit. Anyway, so he's impersonation over the internet, violation of the comprehensive computer data, defamation per se. Defamation per se, I want to read you what it is. It's not the same than defamation. Defamation per se is, for example, what we do on YouTube. The reason that I always say this is my opinions, I'm saying right now, my opinions and my beliefs and my thoughts. And my thoughts are not defamation because you're not in my head. My beliefs and my opinions, my thoughts are not defamation. So see, I'm not going to get in trouble already. But there's some other people that might. So defamation per se is when you tell somebody else something about somebody else. Is that confusing? Defamation per se. So for example, defamation per se is Evan telling Esme, hey, he did this to me. Esme telling Ashley Morgan, hey, he did this to me. So it's a form of defamation. It's kind of like when you're sharing the info with everybody else. It's pretty much gossiping. Defamation per se is a fancy word for gossiping. And then number one is intentional infliction of emotional distress, which we can rise from the wrongful and illegal acts done in furtherance of conspiracy by defendant Everett Wood and her on-again and off-again romantic partner, Ashley Gore, aka Ilma Gore. To publicly cast Manson, I'm not going to say Brian Warner, I'm going to say Manson. Publicly cast Manson as a rapist and an abuser, malicious falsehood that had derailed Brian Warner's successful music, TV, and film career. So we're not talking about only stress, we're talking about livelihood. I know Manson is a millionaire, but it's the same with Johnny. Like artists, they want to create, they want to do art, otherwise they're going to go crazy. So when people say, for example, it's okay if he's canceled, he doesn't have to work ever again, he's a millionaire. Shut the fuck up. It's not okay because he wants to work, just with Johnny. Yeah, Johnny has a lot of money. He still wants to make movies because that's the only thing he knows how to do, and that's his passion. So don't start telling me that cutting somebody's livelihood is okay because they just happen to have a lot of money. So it says, well, we can skip all this. With a serious merger with Warner from 2006 to 2010, we can skip all this because it's really like this is about them and their past. Okay. So I know why I'm skipping it. I know I'm just like I don't want to talk about it, but I'm just skipping it because I know I read it so many times and I know that it's not worth it because you guys already know their past. Okay, to that end, for at least the last 2 years, Gore and Wood have secretly recruited and coordinated and pressured prospective accusers to emerge at the same time with allegations of rape and abuse against Manson. And Bresley claimed that it took 10 or more years to realize their consensual relationship with Manson were supposed to be abusive when it was consensual. Wood and Gore wrongful conduct and fearfulness of their conspiracy is, as such, number one, they impersonated an actual agent of the FBI. Actually, they picked a real guy. They're so dumb. They picked the name of the real guy. So they talked to the guy, and the guy's like, I never talked to any of those ladies. So they pick the name of a real person. I mean, how dumb is that? I mean, it would be dumb no matter what, the impersonation, but they pick a real person's name. Anyway, personally, an actual agent of the FBI, forged signatures and distributing a fictitious letter from the agent to create a false appearance that Manson alleged victims and their families were in trouble and in danger. Like the letter said, hey, if you're not part of this group, you don't help us out, your family's in danger. Manson is going to go after you. Your family's in danger. That's what the letter is supposed to say. Signed by some fake FBI agent. So that's number one. Number two, they provided a checklist and a script to prospective accusers listing the specific alleged acts of abuse and assault that they should claim against Manson. I'm gonna read the checklist after, which is pretty much like, did he hit you? Yes or no? Did he cut you? Yes or no? Did you drink his blood? Yes or no? It's really a multiple choice fucking script. Number three, they may notes in court filings. That means Ashley Morgan, Ashley Walters, Chloe Black, and blah blah blah. So they're not gonna put the names, but per se. Per se is when you say something about somebody and then a bunch of people say the same thing. You like gossiping. That is defamation per se. So that's, it's a little bit less than libel or straight up defamation, and it's still a crime. So they made null effects. Which have been repealed by all the accusers, which we know who they are, including the defamatory claim that Brian filmed sexual assault of minors. This is where we draw the line, right? I mean, you can say whatever you want about him. You can say he's a fucking weirdo. Okay, you can say he's a drunk. There were videotapes of minors in his computer, right? This is what Ilma Gore and Evan are saying. Additionally, there's conspiracy. Ilma solicited Manson personal information, including logins and passwords from former employees and assistants. We know who that is. Ashley Walters was the assistant. Entrusted with such information, they hacked Manson's computer, phones, email accounts, social media accounts, created fictitious email accounts to manufacture purposes evidence that Brian was emailing illicit. I don't even want to say it. Illicit C pornography, okay? Kids pornography. So they made up this Gmail account, which anybody can do. How many you guys just sit there and make fake email accounts? It's so damn easy. So they fake these accounts. They made them up. So they will talk to each other, and one will pretend to be Manson, the other will pretend to be some other guy, and they will just send pornography. So this means that Evan and Ilma sit there and watch pornography to send into these fake emails. And you know what the pornography I'm talking about. Okay? Yes, I draw the line on the kids, man. That's what I'm not showing as much as I think that she's very disturbed. I'm not showing the videos from the documentary that she's talking to her son. Because I draw the line there. I'm not showing that. Because that will be being just like her. But anyway, yeah. So they made up all these Gmail accounts, which is super easy. Anybody can do it. And people do it all the time to like spy on their husbands or whatever. It's so easy to open Instagram accounts. It's so easy to open. This stuff is not encrypted to the fact like they want to make you believe. The meta is everywhere. So it's really freaking easy to make up accounts. And then like I can pretend with you, Robert, that I'm sending you something super fucked up. And then you send me an email back saying, oh, that's really good. I love it. And we create something. Anyway, this is what Ilma and Evan did. Fake email accounts. They got into his passwords. They got into his social media. And all this is because it's not like they stole it. Pretty much Ashley Walters, which is the assistant, she just handed it to them. So I think Walters also needs to go to court because she's the one that handed the passwords. They're not naming her with a name, but they're saying the assistant. And we know the timeline that Ashley was the assistant. The wrongful conduct allegedly has been invasive, harassing. I'm sorry, I read fast. Harassing, defamatory, and otherwise injurious to Manson and his career, personal life, and well-being in family. Currently, Manson has brought this action seeking general, special, and punitive the punitive damages. I don't know how punitive. I don't know how much it's gonna be, because to me this is priceless. If he wins this, which he will, it's priceless. There's no price on this shit. So I don't know the damages are gonna. I don't know how much money he's gonna ask. Currently, Manson has brought this action seeking general, special, and punitive damages against Wood and Ilma Gore in an amount to be determined. Okay, parties. Number 7. Plaintiff Brown Warner, but now in court they do this thing that they explain who the person is. They have to, because sometimes the judge is like, who the fuck is Marilyn Manson? Like, so they explain who they are, where they were born, their careers. So we're gonna skip all that, 'cause we all know that stuff. Jurisdiction, so they used to live or still lives in California and in LA County. This is the jurisdiction and blah blah blah. So Wood is a film TV actress. We don't know to read that. We know. Okay, in 2016, Wood became friendly with Ilma Gore, a visual artist with a history of trying to get attention by carrying hoaxes, stunts. That's a good term, stunts. Ilma, you do what you do, stunts. Wood and Gore have been romantic partners since approximately 2009. I'm not saying it. They're saying it in their filing. Upon information and belief, sometime between 2016 and 2019, Evan told Gore that she was raped by a significant other, not Brian, but would not publicly accuse this person, who this person is. So she told Ilma, well, there's something happened to me. And then she didn't say the name. So up like a fart in the wind, I guess. I guess if your girlfriend tells you, hey, I was raped, but I'm not gonna tell you the name, what do you do? Like you're gonna try to find out who that person is. You're not gonna be like, okay. So Evan was not talking about Manson. Evan was talking about the other guy who abused her. And it can be a producer, it can be the bartender. So I think that's when I have a feeling, my theory, that's when the hoax started. When Evan talked to Ilma about getting assaulted by whoever. And that's when I think Ilma and Rachel Wood were like, we can make money and we can make a movie out of this. I'm sorry I'm not reading your comments. Been to California once, we're just coming over. Why would she do that? Which part? There's many reasons why she's doing this. Ilma is doing this for money. Evan is doing this for revenge. And she doesn't like who she was when she was with Manson. So she wants to clean her image because she wants to be an activist now. And an activist doesn't go together with the goth girl that hangs out with Marilyn Manson. It does like risky movies. So she wants to erase her past. I do believe that Evan wants to erase her past. I think Ilma is doing it for the buck. And I think Evan is not doing it for the money. I think Evan is doing it because she wants to erase her past and wants to make him look crazy. And she's a spoiled little princess that this guy did this to her. But she's clean. She wants to so badly. She's embarrassed because she was with him. She's embarrassed of the things that she did. That's nothing to be embarrassed about. But if you're trying to be an activist and trying to change your image from an actor to an activist, you don't want to be the ex-girlfriend of Marilyn Manson. So to answer your question, this is why I think they're doing it. The dollars, the money is to Evan. I don't think Evan needs the money. I do think that it's Ilma. And I think Evan is just an emotional, she really wants to erase her past, and it's really hard to do. But a lot of actors, if you notice, Angelina Jolie did it. A lot of actors do it. Once they start doing activism, they kind of want to erase, the movies before. And it's not that easy, all right? Like you did what you did. And I do think that she's embarrassed about being with him. I do think that she's jealous of him being happy. I think they should never move on. I think that she wants to erase her dirty, I don't think it's dirty to be with him, but whatever, her dirty image. And I think Ilma just wants the money. I don't think Ilma has anything personal against Manson. She doesn't even know him. They never met. Like Ilma and Manson never met. That's not just me saying it. It's here. They never met. So what the fuck, right? Okay. So anyway, so we have emotional distress complaint, and we have personification that an FBI and a police officer, both. We have, which I think is like the worst, getting into his computer and faking emails back and forth, distributing child pornography. I'm going to say it. I don't care if I get, because it's important to say it. Okay. They are charging him for that. They're saying that he sent those emails with that type of pornography. And Evan and Ilma were faking Gmail accounts. It's so fucking easy. You know, when you, for example, you lose your password and you don't know what the fuck you did and you don't know what it was, so you make another Gmail account. Have you all ever done that? I done that. Well, that's how easy it is to make a Gmail account. So we can send emails to. Oh, Raven, you're here. Awesome. I'm so happy that you're here. It's really, I'm really sleepy. My daughter woke me up at 6. So my eyes are like, I'm not stoned. Did you guys catch my joke on the last live that we did? It was an inside joke when I was like in the kitchen, which is right there. I don't have a mansion. I have a 2-bedroom apartment, but I was in the kitchen and I did this, like, it was a joke. It was a joke to the Everett Wood video when she's allegedly, in my opinion, snorting a line of cocaine. Oh yeah, they track the IP addresses. Yes, and that's how they for sure they track it. That's why Manson and his attorney are so confident. They're so confident that they're gonna, if they didn't track it. Like, it's not like, well, we think that they got into Manson's computer. We think, no, we know what I just read, that they did it. So I'm sure there's a lot of tracking going on, a lot of tracking. It's really easy to track, yeah, especially if you are, not to me, I can't track shit for shit, but it's easy to track if you're a cop. For example, you guys never lost your phone. Oh, by the way, I have a new phone case. You're like, yeah, it's cool. Anyway, I'm so hyper. So that cocaine I've been doing off camera. So if you lose your phone, I have this thing on my phone. Sorry. That if I lost my phone, like tonight, I just take an Uber and just leave my phone behind because I'm stupid. Whatever happened before. I have a thing that it will track my phone and it will tell me exactly where my phone is. It's not going to tell me the name of the person, the demographic of the person, or what type of neighborhood it is, but it's going to tell me the address and where my phone is. And I'm nobody. So if I can do that and other stuff I do on my phone, and other apps, can you imagine what these people can do? What the FBI and what Manson can do? For reals, this tracking, real tracking. I can track my phone and I'm just a peasant. You know what I mean? Anyway, so let's keep going. I'm trying to go really fast because it's a lot. So we can do half now and half another day next week, or I just make a regular video. But I like this because we can just chat and talk. So in February 2018 and April 2019, Evan gave a sworn testimony before the U.S. Congress and the California State Senate in support of the proposed legislation with which she and the Phoenix Act were affiliated. She testified that she had been raped once by a significant other, and again, another time, by another attacker after hours at a bar. We already know that. I'm not saying that's not true. The bar. But I don't know when that happened, and I don't know who that person is. But I do believe maybe that happened. But why she's not naming that guy? Because that guy has no money. you know. So I'm sorry I'm laughing. It's just it's like a nervous laugh, because I think it's really fucked up if that happened to her, to any of us. But at the same time, if you want justice and if you are going to be an activist, then name all of them. That's just better for your case. Go at it. If you really are going to be an activist for sexual assault, just go at it. Don't do it half-ass. Don't be vague about it. She said it was a bartender after hours at a bar in LA. There's a lot of bars in LA, so I don't fucking know. And also she didn't give a timeline, like, oh, this happened to me when I was 17, or it happened to me when I was 24. No timeline, so it could be anything. Okay, number 16. Around this time, Wood and Gore conspired about how Wood and others will accuse Manson of abuse. This is 2018, you guys. This is where the whole thing started, if we believe attorney Manson, which I do. I have no reason not to believe him. So attorney and Manson are saying that this started in April 2018 or 2019. They're not sure. Around this time, Wood and Gore conspired about how Wood and others could accuse Manson of abuse. Days before her testimony to the California State Senate, Wood incorporated the Phoenix Act, and she serves as CAO Incorporated Secretary. God damn, come on. Gore has been employed by the Phoenix Act since 2019. Why Ilma Gore is on the payroll? I keep saying this. And I keep telling you that if you are a foreigner of whatever country, you don't just go into Congress and change laws. You can't do that. I'm sorry. And I'm not trying to be mean by saying that. You just can't do that. So I don't know. And being the secretary of something like that, if you're not citizen, maybe she became one. It's still like, I don't think you can do that. But anyway, since at least 2019, Gore has been mired in significant financial troubles. For example, listen to this part. This is about Ilma. For example, her family members have presented evidence that Ilma Gore committed crimes of identity theft by opening credit cards and borrow money from an elderly family member under false pretenses, claiming that it was to assist with the purchase of a house, which Gore never carried out with a promise. So she was, in English, she was asking money from an older person in her family, and she said, I need this money because I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to do something good in my life. She never bought the house, which, I mean, sometimes that can be, you promise you're going to do something and then you don't do it and whatever. It's not a crime. In this case, it's more to her freaking amount of just bullshit and just, this is not silly, you guys. This is not silly. This is not Esme saying, oh, he asked me to wear high heels. This is bigger. This is bigger. This is not about high heels and getting tied up. This is about real fucking crime. Somebody who has committed identity theft by opening credit cards and bank accounts in the name of the twin sister, because they probably look exactly, you have a twin sister. Duh. Okay, it's really a rare case that your twin sister is going to look completely different than you. So she pretended to be the twin sister. And also she tried to open accounts at the name of her deceased mother. Like, this person is not even. And I'm not saying Evan Roger Wood is a good person, but I really have this theory that Ilma is worse. And the Ilma coach. Ilma is, I think she's from Australia. Seems like that. I'm not going to repeat that word. But it's going out there and I can just call them a bunch of assholes. I don't want to say that she is mentally ill and just kind of give her a pass. She had a bad childhood. We know. I had one too. And I'm not out there like canceling people. There's stuff like that from your mom, dad, you name it. It's not textbook that because you were abused or because your dad was an asshole or her mom was an asshole, you can just automatically just become this. So even if their family, they're a bunch of whatever they are, there's no excuse. And I don't think that yeah, her dead mom. And I was gonna go against with an attorney. Imagine it's not Manson. Say Britney Spears, me, whoever. We're gonna go against with an attorney is fighting for court. I'm gonna say, no, I don't believe him. Fuck yeah, I believe him. Because what I was showing you from my phone, the Ilma does. $10 for each tattoo. Make 100,000, I don't know how many thousands of dollars, conning people into her art, making art with blood and selling, capable of doing a lot of fucked up, weird shit and hoaxes. So it's not so hard to believe that she grabbed Evan and made her do this. And again, I'm not defending Evan 100%, but I do, like I'm trying to be the logical person on YouTube, and I'm trying to have some sympathy. I don't have empathy for Evan and Ilma, but I do have a thing that is telling me that this is not just orchestrated. This is not Evan Richard Wood waking up one day and be like, I'm gonna fuck him up. This is bigger than that. This is this chick Gore. I won't say boom anybody. It's Ilma to Evan. I agree, Raven. She's particularly creepy. She was painted with her own blood here in LA. Like about 10 years ago to now, she has been, now I won't say famous, but I know people that like know her, that like they saw her in a bar or whatever. So she kind of made a name for herself as being this progressive artist. So she is somebody. She's not famous as Evan, but she is somebody. So the fact that, she had a lot to gain besides the fame, the money. She was on the payroll. She was selling paintings with her blood in it, saying she's this or she's that. She's just disturbed. That's all I'm going to say. And she, to me, is the definition of a criminal. Somebody who proudly says, I have fake IDs. I know how to hack computers. You can go listen to Pot Awful podcast, and he has little sound bites of her saying that. She has a degree in computer science. Dude, this girl is a freaking con artist. Just like one of those people that you see in a movie and you don't believe they're real. She's the real one. She's the real deal. And I do believe that she coached Evan a lot. That doesn't make Evan less guilty, but I do believe that she coached Gore. Ilma Gore. I'm not obsessed with Ilma Gore, but I talk about Evan Richard Wood for like a year. I show videos. I talk about her like I want to kind of do what Manson is doing and just go to the source of this evil shit. And I think Ilma is so guilty, like so guilty of being the source of all this shit. Gore has been employed by the Phoenix Act. She was on the payroll. Okay. Why she was on the payroll, I don't know. The payroll of what? What is she was doing to be on the payroll? Like a secretary, I think they call it. Anyway, since at least 2019, Ilma Gore has been significant financial troubles. For example, the family members, I already read that. Her twin sister has a restraining order against her because of the fraud that she was trying to open credit cards. And the name of the twin sister, probably they look identical. And also from her deceased mother. And borrow money from her family and say, I'm going to buy a house, and I didn't buy it. That thing is kind of like whatever, like everybody has done something like that, and sometimes it's wishful thinking, like, oh my God, if you guys help me up with this, I can do this. So I'm not taking that as a crime, but if you put everything else together, she's a con artist. She's like those, and you're like, those people don't exist. Do they exist? She's one of them. And she's so young. She's like 30 years old, and she started conning people when she was like 20 or something. She's a dangerous person. I do believe that she's a hacker. I do believe she's a dangerous person. And nobody's going to make me believe otherwise. Like, I can't say I know her, but I believe. I believe it. Since at least 2019, okay, twin sister. So then we got this. I can't show you the image from my PDF in the computer, but there's a little, Tammy, do you know what I'm talking about? There's a little attachment. You know, when you go to court, you talk about what you want, you make your complaint, but also you can say attachment B, attachment C, attachment D. So you show the judge attachments. You know, you can attach pictures and restraining orders. You attach this little note. Pay attention to this. The note says the following: Phoenix Act, like a kind of like a asterisk, and it says to protect women, and then under it says to make money. This could be a joke. Maybe they were being is that I can't show it because I don't have a way to show it. At least I put my phone completely. Show that is proof that it's Ilma Gore's handwriting. That it says Phoenix Act to protect women, and then under, like the blueprint, it says to make money doing that. Not dirty. I feel like I gotta take a shower after talking about this freaking troll freaking person. So the Phoenix Act engaged in fundraising, including through multiple listings on crowdfunding website GoFundMe, where people can donate money to the Phoenix Act. I'm just looking for the picture. I'm sorry. At least one such GoFundMe page for the Phoenix Act stated that the goal was to raise $500,000. And they raised $250,000. I know it sounds like it's not a lot. I mean, to me, that's a lot. To Evan, it's not a lot. But to Ilma Gore, broke ass fucking artist living in LA, broke ass, is a lot of money. So that's how much the GoFundMe account for the Phoenix Act got, $250,000. The Phoenix Act and those acting on his behalf advertised and promoted as being affiliated with Evan Roger Wood, including in connection with fundraisings. The Phoenix Act described himself as a survivor-led nonprofit created by Evan Roger Wood that works to the end the cycle of domestic violence with men and women through organizing and passing legislations across the country. Guess what? It was just California. So you stop there. The Phoenix Act is seldom discussed online or in the press without reference to Wood. So what they're trying to say in this, okay, in English, what I get from this, the more I read it, because it's a little all over the place, the more I read it is they use Everett Wood name because, okay, she's not Angelina Jolie. She's not that big, but she's big. They use her name. They use her name just for the act. Everett Wood didn't get any money from the $250,000. I'm not defending Rachel, but I'm saying, telling you what I'm reading. Everett Wood didn't get any money from the $250,000. Ilma Gore and all the secretaries did. Where the money was used in the Phoenix Act, what are the codes for it? I know the codes for it is like photocopies and computers. Like, what are the codes for it? They just attended the court session and presented it. Did they take that money as employment income? Yes. They put them on the payroll. They got this, and they were on the payroll. And Evan was not on the payroll. So when it comes to we're gonna accuse somebody of that crime, it's actually Ilma, not Evan. I'll be right back. Going to make some coffee con leche. All right, cool. Paying yourself as a nonprofit can be a little complicated. I'm an incorporated nonprofit. It has been no one has ever gotten paid because it's complicated. Yeah, I don't know about that. For all I know about is for what I'm reading and what I read about other actors doing it, like Madonna, Lady Gaga. And when Lady Gaga, for example, Lady Gaga has the Born This Way Foundation. Lady Gaga's not making money out of it. Other people are. They're just using her name. Do you know? So I think this is like one of the same things. It's like the same thing. It's like they're using Evan's name and they're making who sells paintings made with her own blood. The person who cons people into getting tattoos and pay $10 per tattoo in her own skin. That's the person who's making the money. Not Evan, who works in HBO. Come on now. So I don't know the details of having a nonprofit because obviously I don't have one. It's incorporated but non-profit. Yeah, you know what? You might be right. We should just, you guys, we can Google that next time. You're not supposed to pay. It doesn't say here that Evan paid herself. It says that Ilma was getting paid. And they were using Evan Wood name because she's famous as leverage, pretty much. And they use Evan. It sounds like Evan is a victim. I'm not. I don't know how to say this without people gonna come at me saying you're defending Evan. What I'm trying to say, I have a gut feeling, and the more I read and the more I know about Ilma Gore, that Ilma invented this whole thing. And because they were together, Evan confessed some type of abuse to Ilma, that it wasn't from Manson. Ilma was like, yo, we can make money out of this thing. And Ilma was always broke. She was opening accounts on her mom's behalf. She was asking her family for money. That sounds like a broke ass person in California. So I think the profit was for Ilma and maybe some other people, but we're not naming them here. And this is a straight, I'm reading from the filing, the Howard King Manson attorney did. And I love it. I love that they went straight to the source. I would not like it that much if Manson and his attorney are like suing Ashley Walters and Ashley Morgan and Esme and suing them for like all they went straight to the source. And I think that's the way to do it, because one goes down and everybody else under is going to crumble. That's what I say. If you are any of these people, go, jump, get yourself down with all of them. You're back? You're back. I don't know if this is going to be even watchable later. Do you guys want me to leave this like in there? So I kind of like what we're doing here. Should I leave it or I delete it? The live. Well, I'll just leave it there. I just don't think people watch it because it's so damn long. But I know that you guys are watching it. Okay, so I'm telling you what I know about this. Not what I know. I'm reading it from my computer. So yeah, my hypothesis is that Ilma is the one that's making money and Evan is the one that's making the name. And Evan is the one that is doing this to clean her act and be an activist. There's a goth girl that used to be with Marilyn Manson and did a lot of drugs and did dark movies. She doesn't like that person anymore. She really doesn't want to be that person anymore. And I do believe that Evan doesn't have personality. And that's debatable. Like, I'm not saying that she has this problem, diagnosis. I'm not going to do that. I just think she doesn't have one, which is worse than being bipolar or whatever. I don't think she has any personality. Do you know what I mean? And that's why people like Ilma Gore can suck her in and made her do weird shit and put it on this hoax, because I don't think Evan has any personality. And if you watch the Phoenix Ad documentary or watch the clips, you see that she's flipped like a pancake. She goes one time, in one clip, she goes like, he was a monster from the beginning. The mom is like, we knew he was a monster from the beginning. And then in a different clip, she's like, he treated me like a princess and then he became a monster later. So she flip-flopped like a pancake over and over. So I don't think that Evan has a personality, a good enough personality to stand for herself. That's what I think she needs, this con artist, to do her dirty work. Okay. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. Sorry about that. I hope I can get some. The last time we were talking, it was almost 3 hours. And no, they do not. They never met each other. Isn't that a trip? Isn't that a trip? Not like, and silly, they never met each other. It's here. They never met each other. This whole thing is they never met each other. They don't know each other. Ilma and Manson. Manson is not a guy who's out there in Silver Lake in LA hanging out with the hipsters. He didn't do it before. I don't think he's doing it now either. So no, they don't know each other. It's really silly, isn't it? It's just bizarre. Okay, let's get to the point, to the meat of the potatoes of this. I need to go make some tea because I don't drink coffee anymore since I got COVID. Did I tell you about that? I got COVID twice, and I got vaccinated, but still got it. And it wasn't so bad, but I don't like coffee anymore. And I've been the coffee person like my whole life. So now I just drink coffee. I just drink tea because coffee tastes weird thanks to COVID-19. So I'm going to make some tea, which it has to be black. But still, I can't do coffee. It sucks, man. It's weird. All right. So on February 2021, this is the naming day, right? After months of conspiring with Gore and how to use Evan's celebrity status to recruit other women and coordinate their stories, coordination, right? Wood posted on her Instagram, we know this, right? Blah, 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 blah. The same day, several other women assisted and coordinated by Wood and Gore saw media attention with Marco's similarity as accusations against Manson. Those claims, like Wood, were all false, not fake, false. They didn't use that word in court. False. We know he already said that they're false, but I'm just reading it again. The allegations against Manson brought renewal attention to the Phoenix Act. That's what it is all about, to get clout and to get attention to the documentary. And in so doing so, provide more manufactured content for the HBO project. Director Amy Bird confirmed this fact in an interview with Variety, stating that, quote unquote, this is going to be quote saying, Amy Bird said, it's not a story, it's a documentary. Believe what I just read. Okay, Amy Bird, the edit, underline a bold added around January 2022, it was announced part 1 of the project titled Phoenix Rising Don't Fall. We'll premiere at the Sundance Festival. We already know it. I already watched it. Predictably, both Wood and Gore are prominent feature on the film, which is displayed as a documentary. Even Manson's attorneys like saying what we're all saying. Just as Wood had intended, her public allegations against Manson will be seen to corroborate defamation per se, which I already explained what it is, which is different than libel. Her prior statement, testimony that she had been abused by one significant other, and in turn the public allegations by several other women will be seen to corroborate defamation per se in the movie Phoenix Rising. Because Amy Bird said, now that she named Manson, now we got more of the story. Dude, why would you say that? She's so dumb. They're gonna use that against her. I hope that they call the director of the film. I hope they call her to testify and they do a deposition of her, because it's like that's a big chunk of responsibility to make a film, and to pay for it or not pay for it, whatever distribution, whatever happened, sell it to HBO, not to a little guy, HBO. And just not have any repercussions and not have any punishment for what you just did. So not only we want Evan to get punished and Ilma, I want HBO to fucking pay some type of fine or apologize. I don't know if they will do that, but something, because they helping. They're helping. They help create this whole narrative, and hence, they are helping committing a crime. They're committing a crime by buying, unless you go and say that it's a film, unless you say it's a movie, whatever, a mini series. But the moment you call it a documentary and you bought that shit, HBO, seriously, they should be in trouble. Just like Wood and Ilma, HBO should be in trouble for just buying that shitty fucking piece of work, which is, to me, is fiction. I mean, it's a documentary when she talks about her mom and her dad, And she talks about Hollywood. That's a documentary. She should just leave it at that, and that would be a good documentary. No, when she started talking about Manson and the naming day and the how did she knew she had to name him because she felt the ghost of her grandma. You guys saw that part. And then there's a whole clip of her holding her table like this, and then her phone in her hand, and then she looks at her dad and she say, "It's posted." Like you're gonna have a camera crew and lighting and everything in the moment that you posting it. Like it's just stupid. And they think that we're a bunch of idiots that we're just gonna watch and be like, I know people they're not gonna be on YouTube because they don't want to say it. But I know people, they are for sure convinced that this is all bullshit. But they don't want to say it. They don't want to say it because it's kind of like going against this clean, caring white ladies and defending somebody like Manson. It's a fucking. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I defend him, but I'm saying like for some of the people, big people, it's a hard one. And if you notice, the celebrities on Instagram who still follow him are Courtney Love, Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins, and some of the people. Billy Corgan's wife, Courtney's family, like Courtney's daughter, Frances, and that's about it. Like the people that were following him before, like the guy from You Agree HBO should be held responsible. Yeah, man. What's the name of the guy who Manson was kind of friends with? He told his time on the back, he unfollowed him. The guy, that dude, they do from the wall, even on Instagram. And I don't know if Twiggy is following Manson. And you can say, well, it's dumb. Instagram, Twitter is dumb. It's not dumb because, that is, I think it's very fucking important to know who your friends are in a moment of just such a, pain and stress. And the people that still follow him are, in my book, the good ones. Anyway, so just as Evan had intended, her public allegations. This is what I was saying this whole time. Well, we all been saying this. She also hopes to absolve her reputation for having and her embarrassment for having been in a serious relationship with Manson. As explained in more detail below, the timing and overlapping substance of the public accusations against Warner was not a coincidence, but rather the product of a wrongful conspiracy and hoax by Wood and Ilma to organize and coordinate and promulgate false allegations about him, taking advantage of the Me Too movement. It's a good thing that he brought it up in here. It's a good thing. Yeah. Approximately from 2019 to the present time, Wood and Gore have been conspired to recruit, coordinate, and pressure people to claim that they were abused by Manson and that it took 10 or more years to realize this and remember it. Okay. Wood acted in the conspiracy and aided and abetted Gore unlawful conduct. So pretty much it's like saying they help each other, even though my theory is that Ilma is the one that kind of designed the whole thing, because Ilma has the mind of a freaking criminal. And I don't know if Evan does. Evan has no personality. Because for what I was reading to you guys about Ilma, and you can just look it up and you'll see it. She's a criminal. So, a con artist doesn't wake up one day and goes like, I'm not going to be a con artist anymore. She's for real. A con woman. This is what she does. Wood and Gore have derailed Manson's career. Wood acknowledged as much in Phoenix Rising, where she started on the film itself. In the beginning of Phoenix Rising Part 1, she says about Manson, this is quote unquote, it's not about revenge or he's a monster or he needs to be punished and destroyed. About revenge or he's a monster or he needs to be punished and destroyed. He's already destroyed. He's already a monster. He's not even a man. So that doesn't show freaking malice. I don't know, man. Let's go to the list before it's too late. because the list is funny. All right, this is the letter. This is the famous email and social media with messages such as the following. This is supposed to be the famous letter, okay? It starts saying, hey, I know this is I work with the Phoenix Act. I run it with Evan Roger Wood. There again, really smart to throw the name of the person, the famous person right there. We were organizing a group of people to meet up in LA via Zoom or Skype to talk about experiences that they have that might be similar to yours. I'm not sure that you will be interested. So she's so passive. She's smart. Or she was smart. I'm not sure that you will be interested in participating. You're not obligated to do so, but if you wanted to listen, it will be fine. It's a small group and you are personally invited. If you wanted to know more details, I will be happy to jump on the phone and email you. My best regards. Imagine if you get that shit on your email address, on your email, on your fucking Twitter. You get that shit. That's the letter. What you think about that? He's not even a man. Yeah, she says, he's not even a man. That man is destroyed. That man is not even there. That's what she says. It's so cruel. Robert, you said you never heard this or read it. So are you happy that you're glad that I'm doing this, even if it's, I don't know if it was on purpose, because court really doesn't work like that. You don't tell any courthouse. But it happens to come out before in between of the Phoenix Act Part 1 and Part 2. Howard King, he's a shark of a lawyer, and he has like a lot of cases that he won, like with Metallica and with rappers like Eminem, and he's an entertainment lawyer, which is what this is about. So it's better than having a real estate lawyer, for example, or a family law lawyer. A lawyer is a lawyer, okay? They're good, but having this type of lawyer that is usually deals with actors and musician stuff is really good. Okay, so this is the list. Warning, it's gonna be triggering if you get triggered by this type of stuff. Just remember, this is not the truth. In my opinion, and my thoughts are that this is not the truth. So to me, this is not triggering because I don't believe it to be true. Okay. But if you believe it to be truth, then don't listen to it because it will be triggering. So this is the checklist that Ilma and Wood will distribute to the girls. Okay. The checklist will say, it's a multiple choice. You know, you gotta mark an X. Have you been of Manson, sexual partner, a spouse, or staff, or band member? Have you been offered a professional opportunity that has never came to fruition or was vastly, vaguely different of how it was expected? Like, have you ever been the R word? Blood drinking, commercial sex act or acts, human trafficking, cut or assaulted during sex without prior consent, suicide, sleep deprivation, forced to eat or to not eat, given a dress code. This is what Esme Bianco allegedly talks about, like given a dress code, drug or suspect to be drugged. So you're drugged or you suspect that you were drugged. That's a really bad one because I can just go and say, I can send somebody to jail by saying that. But how you're suspect, whatever, you know what I'm saying. So underage and given drugs and alcohol when being underage. Scarification, which is scars branding, like somebody saying, you're mine, so I'm going to put my initials and brand you with it on your skin. That's what it means, right? We know that. Exploitation or blackmail, assault or battery with deadly weapons, like Manson is a gangster. Feels like the guy is a gangster. Exploitation, okay, assault or battery with deadly weapons, help to coordinate the schedules or locations to get all the girls. So like pretty much being a pimp, I guess. Matching time Manson initials. Has a minor, this is messed up. Has a minor and had a sexual relationship with Marilyn Manson, aka Barry Warner. transported to Los Angeles and overseas as human trafficking, date of relationship, beginning or end, and then sign under the line. This is the checklist, people. This is the checklist. It's attachment B. I'm not. That it said, you don't know by now who Ilma Gore is and who Evan is. I can't help you. That was the list. That was the list. All right. I think this is not going to be. Oh, shoot. I mean, I would love to just sit here and just keep chatting, but Robert, and thank you for being here and listening. And I'll try to throw as much as I can fast on Ilma and Evan. But I want to talk about Ilma today because I feel like we haven't, and I feel like people have not really got to some people did on YouTube, but not everybody, to just the mental gymnastics that this woman, Ilma Gore, went through just to do this hoax. Like, seriously, a criminal mind. And I'm not saying she's a mastermind. She's really smart, but I think she's smarter than Evan. Yeah, Raven. When in the documentary, when Evan Rachel Wood says he's not even a man. That man is destroyed. That man is not even there. I mean, if that doesn't sound like revenge, then I don't know. So this is what I think, in my opinion, and I do believe that libel is really what I'm reading, and I'm just like taking what I'm reading. I can't take it any other way. Year of reading about these people, listening to podcasts, making videos about these people, and the Phoenix Rising movie is the cherry on the top. Like, really, it was so dumb to make that movie. It's not going to help their case at all. They should have just left it on I get on Twitter and I name the guy. No, it was so dumb to make the movie. Like, it makes them look so, Machiavellic. That's the word. Like, if this is not malice, because it's defamation of character, okay, and the defamation of character with malice, it's two different things. It sounds like the same, but it's not. It's two different things. And what these women did, especially to inflict stress, period, it doesn't matter the guy has money and doesn't need to work a day on his life ever again. It's about the emotional stress and the being canceled and the stress that is coming to wife or family, you name it. Like, I don't think you can put a price on that. So let's say he said, well, when they go to trial, he's asking for, okay, how much money John is asking for? I know, Tammy, that you know this. Let's say John is asking for 50 million. It doesn't matter if Manson asked for 60 million. It's priceless. It's priceless what they did to him. It's fucking, there's no amount they can fix the shit. So the fact that the filing doesn't have an amount, it doesn't. It's really telling, but it has a detail in it. It says that it's asking from the judge to make it clear that Gore and Wood are not going to do this in the future again. And Manson doesn't sound like he just wants money from them. That's what's killing Evan, that he doesn't care about her. He hasn't cared for a while. And this is something that she can't stomach. She can't understand. Because it's all about her. She's a little princess. So how dare him not care? Okay. And I'm gonna go because I'm probably lagging as fuck. I can't believe Lily's still sleeping. I'm gonna go. Yeah, my joke, making the noise with my nose from the kitchen. It was a joke on Evan Richard Wood asking him, who texted you? Who texted you? And then Manson allegedly says, me? Who texted you? And he sounds mad, allegedly. And you can see, you can no, you don't see it, but you can hear noise in the back, and it what is allergies or something. Like, it really sounds like somebody's doing. I'm not saying that she should be in prison for doing coke, but the problem is that when you base a whole case on being a good girl, and then there's this coke thing and this abortion thing and this Kristen's channel has Manson and other people talking about how Evan, they got her Snowflake or Snow White, and she had a little purse with a bunch of cocaine. I mean, girl, there's a lot on her. Like, there's so much on her. So even if this wasn't about money or whatever, just the fact that she has a past with drug addiction, I'm not judging that. But what I'm judging is that you're not owning to it. You know, that even in the clips, even in the movie, when somebody mentioned drugs, I think it's Dan clearly, he's like, when I saw you on tour, you were really depressed and you were doing more drugs. Evan goes like, well, yes, I was doing more drugs because I tried to quit, but the drugs were there on my night table. You guys remember that? Like, what the fuck? You know, I don't believe situation or whatever, or don't quit drugs ever. Keep doing drugs, but don't make it sound like you never done it. You know, like, I was trying to quit, but it was his fault that I couldn't quit. Like, her mom goes like, I separated from my husband and my life became a mess, and it was all because of him. And they're talking about Manson. Like, how can it be all because of a letter? And the letter, FBI letter, the recruiting letter is so funny, and the checklist, the letter is sleep deprivation. They forgot to put the having the place cold. I have my AC right now, 65. I'm such a freaking monster. 65 degrees right now. Yeah, wearing black. I got white walls, so I guess I don't count. But you know, you live in LA, you got your AC between 65 and 72 because it's fucking hot as balls. So I'm sorry, but that's like, you know, that's the one thing that is missing. It's no big deal, but I'm just saying it's the one thing that is missing. Everything else is there. The scars, the cutting, the blood drinking, drag code, RAPE, and transported to Los Angeles by airport. And that's Esme right there, putting that. Transported. She was transported to Los Angeles. She was human trafficked, you know, against her will, so she can come to the country and have a really good career in Game of Thrones. It's all Manson's fault. Because now she's not with Manson anymore, so I guess she's not, like, Game of Thrones was ending. What the fuck else she's doing? So yeah, she was trafficked from the UK to the US. And that's the last one in there. I would like to know what people think about that. Why Esme Bianco is not talking in the movie. She's right there. She's like out of focus. And you can tell it's her because it's her red hair and it's her blue blazer jacket that she wears when she wants to pretend that she's good, that she's a good girl. She doesn't talk. You can hear her crying, but she doesn't talk at all. Every time that they kind of go around her, she kind of, it does this and covers her face like she doesn't want to be part of the Phoenix Rising movie. I don't know what the fuck is up with Esme, and I would love to know, because to me it's very suspicious that she's covering her face. Maybe it's because of the human trafficking case, so she's really trying to go through that route instead of the RABE. I don't know, man. It's crazy. But I do believe that documentary was the worst idea ever. And it made her look so fucking guilty. So anyway, that's about it. We're like almost 2 hours. Oh my God. So should I delete this after, or should I leave it? I'm really falling asleep right now. I have to go to sleep. I'm tasking you guys there. Should I leave this on? Like, I'll just leave it up. So hopefully it's watchable and you can just crack. I don't mind reading this. I don't mind talking about it. It doesn't really like. It used to enrage me. I used to get so mad that I wasn't even able. But now I'm just cool about it because I do feel that it's gonna be okay. I feel like it's gonna be okay. I don't know about Johnny and Amber. Shoot, because that's gonna start next week. I wish somebody that I know will be close to Virginia, but I don't know anybody close to Virginia to go outside. I don't know. Maybe I look into that. The Johnny and Amber case is so. It has been like everybody on YouTube talks about it, and also it's so much more complicated because they were married, and it's so much more complicated than. And it's a lot of money he's asking from her, and the fact that Manson is not even asking for money is to be determined. That's pretty cool. That shows you that he's not in it for the freaking coin. You know, he doesn't fucking care. He's in it for his name and his reputation, and the level of stress that this causing himself and his family. So, based on that, and based on what we know about Ilma Gore, con artist, and what we know about this, and the checklist, and the FBI faking being an FBI agent, just that stuff is gonna put them in trouble. I don't think they're gonna go to jail. I honestly don't think they're gonna go to prison, but it's gonna just that's it. Like even if they don't prove that they lie about Manson being a rapist, even if that's not, let's say Manson loses on that one, they're still gonna get in trouble for impersonating a stand a chance. All right, girls. They're not girls. Grown ass women. All right, I'm gonna go. And I'm sorry I'm so tired. I'm either talking really fast when I'm tired or and thank you, Raven, for being here and listen to me. And Nicole. Oh, Nicole, what's up? 11 East? No, 8 p.m. West Coast. I'm on the West. Lurking, watching, saying hi. Hi, Nicole. It's all good if you want to lurk. We're lurking, so good. Sometimes I do that. I go to like Umbrella Guy lives and I don't say anything because I don't like sometimes the live is goes so not mine, but like his goes so fast that it's like by the moment that you made a comment, the dude is already like talking about something else. By the way, his live a few days ago was hilarious. I don't know if you were there, listen to it. He covers John most, and it was so funny. And if you can support him because he's a really good guy. He makes comic books, and I already ordered a comic book for my son, done by the Umbrella Guy. So I felt like I kind of feel about it because I know he's not gonna get paid by YouTube. So I feel good that at least I got his comic book, and I'm waiting for it in the mail. So Amazon better bring it. So yeah, I'm trying to be logical. And I'm trying to be sympathetic. That's what I'm leaning forward. The 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 Ilma Gore can be worse. Actually, I think she's worse. Because I think she's a criminal, and I don't think Evan is. I think Evan just doesn't have personality. That's what I'm not throwing diagnosis out there. I'm not saying mental illnesses. I'm just saying that she has a lack of personality, which is probably worse than having a diagnosis, which I'm not going to say. Yeah. No. So 8 p.m. West is 10 p.m. Central, and it's 11 p.m. East. You're right. But I'm on 8 p.m., so that's what I got here at 8. Where you at? You're you're in the East Coast? Still here. I'm gonna leave this. Should I leave this? Like, I don't want to delete it. I should leave it so anybody can watch it. I need some timestamps for this. If anybody want to help me out, I don't know how to do that. So some people don't want to watch me yapping through the whole thing, and they just want to get to the point. So we should just do some of that. So, you the peoples can get to the point and be like, so this time I read the list, and this time I read the other list. Because I mean, I don't mind sitting and watching somebody go for like, sometimes I listen to people for like 5 hours. I think 6 hours was the most. What do you mean North Carolina? Right on. Wood family. Yeah. So it's 11. What you doing for the night? Are you done for the night? I'm done. I'm so tired. I had the night off and I'm working tomorrow night because I work at night in a hospital, which is like, so I work at night and I sleep during the day. And in my free time, I try to do some of this. And yeah, I got a comic book from Tug. I don't know if I mentioned it before on the comment, but so North Carolina is tempting. Do you guys are having storm and thunder over there in the North Carolina or South Carolina? Because I was looking on my app, my weather app, and yeah, I got this. I'm in love with this case. I'm sorry, this is like superficial, but it says, let me check. I don't know why I'm the weather person now. So in LA right now is 61, but it was really bad early. And we're going to go to like 70, 72 degrees, which is perfect. And North Carolina, I don't think I can look for. Are you close to Raleigh, North Carolina? Oh, yeah, you are close. North Carolina, 52 degrees. I'm so jealous. That's just perfect. Damn. Raven. Hey. Hey, Leslie, what's up? Oh, I gotta go. Just leave. But I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it here, so people can watch it. Because I pretty much talk about Ilma Gore. I play videos of her. I talk about Ilma Gore being a con artist, selling the tattoos and painting with her own blood. I talk about Ilma because I want people to understand who Ilma Gore is.